This is more like a reminder for myself when I become a mom in the future, but hope it will help you guys too. I'm currently an au pair, meaning living nanny for another country, coming to the US, living with a family and taking care of their children. And during this time being a caregiver, I have learned these new things about taking care of children, more specifically toddlers. So every kid is different, but they are also the same. After all, they are just tiny human beings who will probably grow up to be slaves to cats. These are the few essentials while working with toddlers I think should always be applied. Even if the kid is normal, smart, slow, whatever gender, whatever race, or even disabled. English is only my second language, so sometimes I may not have the right phrase, so I will try to explain it to you guys so you know what I mean. I think that you guys probably know that kids are like a white paper and they don't know anything. So they are really easily influenced by whatever surrounds them. So I think while working with kids, it's really important for us to have the right energy. Like when we are excited, we show excitement, then the kids will eventually get excited. Or when we are frustrated, they will get frustrated with us, or they will get confused like, why are you getting frustrated? That's from my experience. So I think it's best to always approach the kids with calm and positive energy. There will be times when you find that you are being frustrated or you are not having the right energy. It's like when the kids are not listening to you. So they might be excited or they might be influenced by something that is not right. In that case, I would probably take a step back instead of getting frustrated, like, oh, why is he not listening to me? So I would figure out what kind of energy that I'm having at that point and what kind of energy that kid is having at that point. I might be having a really calm energy, but the kids are so excited and they're not going to listen to you. And also you have to look back into what kind of energy you're having. If you are feeling frustrated, maybe you have to channel it back to the right track. To give you an example, what I learned, this happened on a car where I cannot go anywhere. I was stuck with the kid and I had to just channel my energy. Baby, what's wrong?
My dog.
Oh no, we left it at home. Do you want to go to get it? Yeah, we're going to get it right now. Don't worry. Yeah, in the meantime, do you want to play with your train?
My dog.
Okay, are we going there?
Yeah.
Is Dada going as fast as he can?
Yeah.
Why are you crying?
No, my dog.
Yes, we're going here right now. Okay, so do you want us to go back and get it?
Yeah.
I know it's hard, right? Yeah, so we will do it. Everything will be okay, okay? Yeah?
Yeah.
It's great when the kids are listening to you, but when they don't, it doesn't mean that they are trying to get into trouble. Misbehaving right here, what I mean is when they don't do the thing that is in our favor, like when they are drinking milk and they would pour it on the floor, or they would be playing with a crayon and put it in their mouth, or draw on the wall, or biting or hitting. Of course, those are misbehaving. So first, I think the most important thing to acknowledge is why they are misbehaving. It can be 3 of the following reasons as far as I synthesize. They can be bored, they can be asking for attention, or they are just experimenting new things. When they are bored, I would say that the best thing to do is to distract them with something else. If they are so bored, they just keep tearing the books that you just bought for them. It's best for you to take initiative to guide them into something else that might be interesting enough for them, like to take a walk. They don't have any idea what they're doing. They're just doing it because there's nothing else to do. So you have to tell them like, hey, I have something else to do. Let's do it with me. When they are experimenting, like if they are drinking milk and they will be like, oh, I wonder if I pour this down, will go down on the floor. I'm like, duh. But they don't know that. They're just doing it because they don't know. So they want to try it out. Another one is attention, or sometimes testing the limit. Like when a lot of kids would bite or hit or kick or just do something really misbehaving, because they know that when they do that, the adults would turn to them like, hey, don't do that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm talking about. I think that's the main 3 reasons. What else? Comment down below. So when they are doing the thing that they don't really know that they are doing, I would probably distract them with something interesting. If they are misbehaving with purpose, like to ask for attention with biting or hitting, we tell them no, but they keep doing it. Even though they are not going to understand, I'm just going to explain to them, and I have to tell them to say sorry because I feel like I'm hurt, and then I would just distract them with something else. And believe me, they are really easily distracted. Even if you're just having like a stick on hand, they will go to that if you have the right energy. You'll be like, oh, this stick is so cool. And then the kids will follow you and take your stick away from you and play with that stick for like 2 hours, and then you will get bored, and then you have to find something else that you and the kid would both feel excited about. If they are doing something that they are not supposed to do, like drawing on the walls or just accidentally toss something on the floor that's supposed to be in the trash, then we have to pay attention to it and guide them closely and consistently. I would show them how to fix the problems. So I guide them closely and consistently because they take time to learn.
Oh, hey, baby. So we're gonna do it this way, okay? Oh, baby, this is not what we do, okay? We can do it this way. Oh, my stomach. Oh, baby, this is not how we do it, okay? We're gonna do it this way. Baby, don't do it like that. We do it this way, okay? Hey, what did I tell you? We don't do that. Just don't. I told you like 10 times already.
And if they are keep doing naughty things, like to test our limit, and if we have tried everything else to stop them from doing it, then I think the worst case scenario, we have to punish them. The thing that I usually do is to put them into timeout, but how to timeout right? So I usually give out warnings. If they are not listening, then I will be like, okay, we're gonna do this. If you don't do it, we're gonna go in timeout. I'm gonna count 3. First, I'm gonna give out warnings, and then if it doesn't work, then I would have to enforce it. The one thing about punishment is that if you give out the punishment, then you have to enforce the punishment. If not, the kids will not take your words seriously, and that will make your job harder in the future. So there are many punishments I believe that you can find online, like when they toss something on the floor, then you just have to tell them to put in the trash. But the one thing that I believe is the most important thing is to understand why they are behaving like that, and always approach with a positive energy. Kids don't understand logic. Kids understand who shows up. So if you want to be a good caregiver, you have to be there for the kid. You just cannot zone out in your smartphone or TV or whatever else. You have to be there mentally. So that way you don't have to later on wonder why your kids are so distant from you. It's really important. And I think that a lot of people are also saying this, but it's really, really important. Not everybody can do it. I have seen a lot of people who are not doing it right, especially at the playground that I usually go to. It's disasters. So be there for them, so they will be there for you later on. So kids learn by observing and imitating us, gradually and eventually they will be able to copy whatever we are doing. If we put shoes and coats on before we go out of the house, they will ask us to put shoes and coats on before going out of the house. If we say please, they will say please. If we tell them no, don't play on the couch, but later on they saw us jumping on the couch, they're gonna get confused. Next time you tell them to stop doing it on the couch, they are gonna do it. If you don't want your kids to pick up something from the floor to eat, then you should never do that. Even if it's like your favorite cookies that you just got like one bite out of it, ended up with the whole thing. I would suggest you take that away from the sight of the kid and then eat it by yourself at that point, because don't let them see that you are picking up something on the floor and put in your mouth. They're gonna do it and they're not gonna stop when you tell them no. Toddlers speak keywords and they will listen to keywords too. So I don't feel like keep saying no to a kid will make them stop doing whatever they're doing, because they don't have anything in mind. They don't know anything. So we're gonna put ideas in their mind. Like if they are shaking the bottles and the water flew everywhere, then you're not gonna say no, don't do it. They're just gonna keep doing it because they don't have anything else to do. Instead of just keep saying no, 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 you're gonna say that, okay, how about I will take this from you and then I'm gonna give you something else you can play with. So if you demand like this,
baby, don't do it. Don't. Just don't.
or like this, you have the same reaction.
Baby, if you do that, I'm not gonna give you the iPad later. I want iPad. I mean, you want some candy? I want candy now. I want candy.
Those are the things that I think are essentials. There might be many other essential things to deal with a toddler. If you want to hear my experience about something, then maybe just comment below or contact me, and then I will talk about that in another video. And thank you for listening. I hope that you can share your experience with me too, so I can be a better mom in the future. Alright, that's it. Bye.